Big up Sean as well. Welcome to United Real Therapy Army. Let's be having you.
Big up Sean.
Let's be having you, Therapy Army. Let's be having you. Big game tomorrow. Big game. Let's go, people. Let's go. Man City it is. Man City it is.
Coventry it is first, Nuruddin. That's
Oh, Man City it is. See? I'm going a bit even giddy thinking that we're going to beat them. I doubt it we're going to beat them tomorrow. I think we're going to wake up. We're going to wake up tomorrow and find out that Manchester United will get smashed at Wembley. And Coventry City, the Sky Blues will play the Sky Blues in the final. I don't see it any other way, genuinely, because the way they play is counter-attacking. But anyway, let's get into it. Big up Therapy. I mean, let's know what's on the show today. What we've got more players have been injured now. Players that are out injured from training. Zidane, the lies about Zidane, and then Wilcox joins. So big up. Welcome to Manchester United versus Coventry City FA Cup preview, plus all these other issues we will discuss. But big up to Mumbai. Mumbai, how you doing?
Yeah, big up, guys. Yeah, good, man. Good, thank you. Everything, no complaints.
Sean, how you doing?
Likewise, man. Doing good. Looking forward to
it. Of course you're doing good. You live in sunny California.
It's not always sunny, but yeah. I've been enjoying making fun of Arsenal.
Oh my God, Sean, there's a lot of your family and your close friends support Arsenal.
Yeah. My dad, my brother.
Wow.
I'm in a couple of group chats where but generally, I think we all know that Arsenal fans are the worst. Like, they're the worst fans out there. And even if we can't get joy this season from United, at least we can get joy from watching Arsenal basically crash and burn as the season ends.
After that City result, I think it's been a pretty good season for United, to be honest.
Big up Richie.
Yeah, no, all no. If there's a way for all of them to lose,
Oh dear.
Big up Meowtiness. Big up, what a name. Meowtiness is in the house. Listen, the medical team. Though.
Yeah, I don't believe any of that injury stuff. Just me personally, I don't believe any of it.
What do you think is going on?
For me, it's either politics. Like, sometimes if a player has an issue or something, the club, I think, has discretion to call it whatever they want, which is why these injuries are always kind of undefined. So it's one of three things. It's either politics, as I'm saying, like just undefined, they're just covering stuff up that's going on. There's definitely some turmoil in the squad or in the dressing room, or it's a bug, like maybe long COVID or something that these people get, or we're cursed. Like, literally, I actually feel like we were terrible today here. The whole thing with like giving him a contract and then rescinding the contract. Like we just brought upon some bad juju on ourselves and the season, basically, because it's bad to treat somebody like De Gea after all he has given us, basically, as a United fan. I think it was bad to basically treat him that way, because maybe that's why he doesn't have a club now. So that karma is just coming back to us, and all our players are getting injured. Or number four, Pogba. Maybe Pogba left some of, Pogba buries jazz underneath the ground. I can't remember where. What I see in Juve, they say he buried something under, so maybe that's what is affecting our squad right now.
Sean's coming out with them tonight. You can hear them all. Listen, we are what's going on at Manchester United. Big up Claire, queen of the chat. Even though did 5 mil down the drain for Mount. Wow, it's unbelievable. Honestly, it's unbelievable. We're gonna come into that, Claire. Big up to you. Mufc says, we have to win tomorrow. I'm going to Wembley for the first time. I can't have people think I'm jinxing this club. It'll be tough, but we need to believe. 100%. Big up Mubsy, man. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Always.
It's already jinxed, Mubsy. Just do your thing, man. Enjoy.
Big up Mubsy. Listen, big up to all of you. Coventry. How do Coventry play? Actually, their form of recent, people, we're not going to lie, their form of recent have not been that great. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. Their form has not been that great. If you look at the championship, the last couple of games where they are, Coventry City, why can't I go to them? can't go to them. I wanted to go to them to see their last couple of fixtures. So yeah, they won one, drawn, lost, won, lost. So they're coming off the last couple of games they've lost. So they've lost
But
two.
form doesn't count now, Nuruddin. For this kind
They've
of
lost
game,
two.
form doesn't matter at all.
But it's going to be very interesting because they play very, very intense. Second ball, they fight for everything. They like chaos football, by the way, because they back themselves to win the second balls. They back themselves to win the duels, which we're bad at. We're bad at the duels. We're bad at second balls, and we play with massive gaps in our midfield. So strap in, people. It's going to be a fun, not so fun day if you're a United fan. I'm just going to laugh tomorrow. I've said I'm not going to get angry. I'm just going to turn it on and just laugh my head off at what I see. And I hope I see Manchester United score a comfortable 3-0 win, going to that FA Cup final, bouncing into that, thinking that they can save the season. But I don't think so. And here it comes in terms of being in Europe. Big up Jay Patel says, do we want European football next season? I'd rather players that remain coached into the style of play. 100%. You are a man of my own thinking, Patel.
Jay Patel, these are false choices for a club
it's
like
not
United.
False choices. These are real choices.
There's no for a club like United.
There's no club like Manchester United. What club like Manchester United?
There is
no club like Manchester United.
There is.
Sean, that club was 10 years ago.
No. I'm not talking about like the actual football, but I'm talking about the brand value, the club itself. Like it's still one of the most valuable sports brands out there. That's just a fact. Not even like in football only. You compare United with
John,
like, I don't even know, maybe the Lakers or.
That's the reason we're in trouble because of the brand.
No, instead of trouble, right? Instead of trouble, I would think of it more as an enormous responsibility. Because you have to find somebody that ticks all the boxes, which is why last time when we were talking about managers that we need, that's why I said we need a unicorn. We need somebody like Pep or Klopp, somebody who is able to have the charisma because it's a big club, but also still have the tactical and core football knowledge that we need. I don't know if that's something that you can buy, but that's something you have to train over a period of time. I don't know if Pep always had it. Pep seems a lot more, I think, animated now than he did in his Barca days. I think his experience at Bayern Munich might have, humbled him in some ways, and we've seen an evolved character, over a period of time. The same with all the great managers. People like Ancelotti have been on an even keel pretty much like their entire time. But the job basically is a huge responsibility because United, you can't get away from the brand stuff. You just can't. We've created a machine. The machine lives essentially as it is. It's a stock exchange listed company, so it has fiduciary responsibility basically to make money for the investors. So they are always going to do things with making money in mind because by law they are required to do that because it's a publicly traded entity, and you have to find a way to balance the football side with it. And that's why it's a very difficult job, essentially. It's probably a harder job than Madrid or Chelsea or any of these like difficult jobs. Like United is probably the most difficult job for any manager basically in world football out there, because you need to effectively be a genius. And it doesn't help that you now have on top of that Sir Alex's shoes to fill and the shadow of what the club used to be basically behind you. It's a lot. And any manager that we get, whatever we get, it's a lot.
Listen, Lio, big up to Lio. Says Lio, big up the panel. Nuruddin by always talking fact. Sean is delusional. Sean just has a different opinion. That's all it is, Lio. Sean has a different opinion, but I appreciate the super chat. And we can all brand that word delusional around, but everybody, that's the beauty of football, man. Everybody sees it differently. We all see it differently, honestly. And it's just what makes it. Is what makes it. And tomorrow, like I said, I'll be watching that game, laughing my head off. And I hope that when I'm laughing, it's not because United are getting smashed by a championship team who play very aggressive football, very front foot football, who are very good on the one-on-ones duels, who are very good on the transition, who are very good at getting the full backs out wide and getting balls into the box for their main striker. Boy.
I mean, on
He ain't easy
on the
tomorrow.
game itself, it's probably going to be a boring, difficult watch. That's what I expect. I don't expect like to be entertained too much. I expect a difficult game where we look like we're on the same level as Coventry in terms of the football quality
I doubt that.
that we see. And that it's maybe I expect maybe like a 2-1 or a 1-0 win or 2-0. Maybe like just that extra quality that we have will probably see us through. But I don't think it's going to be a good game.
Bombaye, what kind of game are you expecting? Or shall I just give you the little bit of the stats first of all? They're managed by
Mark Robbins.
Matt Robbins, who was a Manchester United favourite semi-final, but you know, he's the guy that everybody says saved Fergie's job at Manchester United. So if he didn't score that goal in 1989-1990 season, maybe something would have been different. But let's get into it. Let's get into the bit of the stats. Coventry boss Matt Robbins says Manchester United are favourites in the FA Cup semi-final, but he wants his side to play part of the game as a positive way that we possibly can. Sky Blues go into the game with a challenge of playoff spot in the championship, having flattered with 3 points from the last 12. Like I said, not on great form. First and foremost, we have to be bright. We've lost 3 of our last 4, but it's not brilliant form. That's for sure. At this stage of the season, said Robbins. People have been talking about us being on the eye in this game. I doubt it that you could be forgiven thinking the game before it's played. Coventry have won the FA Cup only time in their history in 1987 when they beat Spurs, while Manchester United have won the competition 12 times. I think we're the second after Arsenal. I think Arsenal have won it the most, and we're second in that list. Maybe Liverpool. I think Liverpool might be there with us as well. We know that they're clearly favourites to win the game by a million miles. They're expected to win. It's simple as that. Added Robbins, who began his career at Manchester United, scored that famous FA Cup third-round winner for them and Nottingham Forest in 1990, which believed to have saved Ferguson as a manager. We know where we're likely to encounter. We've got to play part in the game as a positive way in the best possible we can do. Manchester United were unbeaten finalists in last season FA Cup when they lost to Manchester City and also struggling for form going into another game against the Sky Blues. Eric Ten Hag side beat Liverpool in a dramatic quarter-final to reach the last 4, have 3 draws and defeat from their last 4 games and drop 7th in the Premier League. Ten Hag, obviously, we want to win. We don't win. We are disappointed and frustrated. Sure, we know we can also beat the best teams. When we play at our level, we can achieve very high. Okay, chatting rubbish to me, but you know, when we have some problems, Derek had a small injury, so he hasn't trained. I think he's talking about Harry Maguire. And yeah, so that's it, people. That's the bit. 1x8, they play very aggressive. Let me repeat that to you again. They're very good on the transition. They like the one-on-one duels. They like the game when it's chaos. If you remember how they got through to the semi-final, they beat Wolverhampton in a game that was a bit of a chaos. Do you remember? It was end-to-end chaos. And what do? We play football, basketballification of football. That's what we do. We invented a new sport. So they love the transition. They love setting traps. They play 2 in midfield. They love what they do, Bombaye, and they've got a plan. And these players, some of them will think we can play in the Premier League, so putting themselves in the shop window for the summer. Boy.
Well, I can't say that I've ever watched Coventry play. I don't have a clue what Coventry do, but they nearly got promoted. They were very, very close last season. And the fact that they're there or thereabouts this season says something about them. You know, they didn't fall off. They didn't drop off, because sometimes when you come so close, it can be disheartening. But to be there, thereabouts again says something about this team. We don't like aggressive. We don't like second balls. Sometimes we're up for it and we can fight and huff and puff and, you know, compete. We did at Liverpool as an example. So I just hope that if it is that kind of game, that we have that kind of performance tomorrow. if we need it and we don't decide to, not quite turn up and they get the better of us. But it's an interesting game, this one, coming at this moment for Man United, and the fact that it's a semi-final and City away in the final. So we should win this game. We can win this game, most definitely. And I'm looking forward to it, man. That's pretty much all I've got for you. But I don't expect just any old walkover, because we've played these lesser teams. Sometimes it's, you're not sure what to expect, and it can be a little bit of a wild ride, let's say. So hopefully we do it, man, and then we get City in the final. Maybe we can, give them a kick in, a miracle. That would be nice.
I mean, it's the Epic Cup now, right?
Pumbaye, what you smoking? What you
I
smoking?
know, man.
Share it around, man. Share that.
I watched City against Madrid, yeah. And
how strong is that stuff that you're smoking right now?
I tell you, maybe it's not strong enough. It ain't done anything. I need to be honest. But no, listen. Final against City is a mountain, man. Is a big mountain to climb, and it's a final. Let's get there, and we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yo, big up Rants, man. Appreciate you, King. Big up to everybody, man. Listen, those of you watching, smash a like. We're shadow banned on this channel, people. We're shadow banned because we speak about things that the establishment, the media class, the social media people don't want us to talk about. Free the fucking Palestine while we're there, man. Fever the resistance, man. Fever! Big up to everybody.
I think the same thing that gives Coventry a chance in this game, the same magic, I guess, quote unquote, that the FA Cup comes with, also gives United a chance if we get to the final. I was looking at some clips yesterday on Twitter of De Gea, and I like De Gea as much as the next guy, right? But he used to do this thing where if he's under pressure, he'll just kick the ball out. Like he'll just kick it like to throw in or something. And I think that really cost us in the game against City. I like that Pumbaye brought up Madrid. I think the template that Madrid had is the template that you, I guess, have to try and use if you're playing against City, which is defend for your life and try and hit them on the break. But definitely, your Coventry have a chance. Like regardless of where they are in the league, Premier League or English football pyramid, on the day, because of the occasion, you can expect them to, I think, give us a game. And giving the form basically that United are in, like as I was saying before, I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game on United's part. I'll be surprised. I expect it to be a difficult watch, like for United fans. But I expect our quality, just the extra quality that we have, since we have some really expensive players, to see us through over the line. We'll take our luck and we'll see what we can do against City.
Yeah, big up Jarvis. Jarvis, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Nordin?
Talk to me. How's sunny Northern Norway?
Yeah,
how
it's
sunny
fantastic.
Is it over there? I see you.
Yeah.
That's why I can tell it's been sunny. I can see that. I can see you got the t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Out there. Yeah, snow's all melted.
No, we still have winter. Today I was in the slopes, driving, skiing alpine all day long. Sun was shining.
Damn,
that was fantastic. Yeah. So if you ever go to Northern Norway, go in April. That's the best time.
Well, you can see the sun on your face, actually.
Yeah. It was good. Man. It was fantastic outside.
Well, before Jarvis is out here living his best life, getting the ski slopes before the drama, before the depression starts again for him tomorrow.
True, it's true.
Everybody try to live their best life before we get knocked out by Coventry City.
Do you
Jarvis
think?
talk? Oh, it can happen.
Yeah. No, I'm fairly optimistic tomorrow. I think we should win against Coventry. We're a better team in a way, but you never know with these guys who will show up. For me, I think the key points is Ten Hag setting up his team in the right way. He can do it the right way. He can do it the wrong way. But the thing is, he needs to prepare and he needs to talk to the players. We know Wembley is a big pitch, so we can't play this tennis football back and forward, because we will run ourselves to the ground in 10 to 15 minutes if we try that. So we need to be more disciplined. We need to be better on the ball, keep possession when we can, and rest with the ball, and just try to be the better team and dominate them. And I think we should be able, but we know the key players for this is Rashford, it's Bruno, and they need to be disciplined on the ball, not lose it all the time. And we need to stay compact in a way, try to don't get the stretch as we used to, and open up the midfield. Tomorrow I would like to see Bruno not playing as a number 8. I would like to see him more as a number 10, higher up the pitch, besides Højlund up into the 18-yard box. And I would like to see Mainu and Mason Mount play in the 2 number 6. I would like to us not to go in the 4-3-3, but in the 4-2-3-1 formation. I would like to see Rashford benched. I would like to see Garnacho and Anthony play. And I would actually like Garnacho just to have 60 minutes, because I know the kid is only spare knuckles, at the moment. He's been overplayed, and we have seen it. That his performance has dropped in the last couple of weeks. We have one big issue, and that's the center backs. We only have Maguire fit. Rest of the center backs is injured, so we most likely have to play Casemiro as center back tomorrow. And when it comes to the fullback, I would like to see Wan-Bissaka back on the right side and Dalot on the left side, because this is where we will have Garnacho. I believe Garnacho and Dalot has a good combination. They know how to play together. Garnacho will go wide, and Dalot will go on the inside, the bombing forward. So I think that will be a good thing. And we will see tomorrow. But who knows? Maybe we will win. Maybe we'll lose. But for once, I have a good feeling.
Wow, Jarvis is optimistic out here. Big up to Shaqiri and Rashid with the quotes. But listen, it's going to be scrappy. Get strapping for the scrappy game tomorrow.
I mean, Jarvis is right to be optimistic now, right?
The only way Manchester United win this game is we control the tempo of the game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Jarvis, Sean, and Mumbai, mark my words. I'm talking about from minute 1 till the last minute. We control the tempo.
It shouldn't be that deep, Nuruddin. Like that's the part that, like, for me, like, it shouldn't be that deep, because it's Coventry we're talking about.
If there's gaps and there is helter skelter, we're gonna get beaten. They're a very competent team.
It's been helter skelter all season now, right? Like that's usually the problem. If we lose tomorrow, it will be because there's a complete breakdown of whatever it is that's going on in the club, right? And there's no point. Like, just stop the count. Let's just scrap everything and start again next year. But I think, Jarvis is rightly optimistic. I think fans should expect that to an extent, because it's a championship team we're talking about. I think they're 11th or so on the table in their league. There will be some differences in quality, right? They will try and make up for that with spirit, with being very up for the game. But I think we should be able to match that. We should be able to see it basically through. If we don't, then honestly, there's no point. Like, means we're not serious. We're not ready as a club, because it's a free hit for City. Basically, that's a free trophy, essentially. If Coventry go through, there's no miracle that's going to happen for them in the final, even though one could happen with us right now. Yeah. But I didn't expect any drama from the game. I think it will be boring, and I expect us to just eke it out 1-0, 2-0, scrappy goal, or 10 minutes of brilliance that we used to score, and for the rest of the game we're playing trash. Something along those lines. Honestly, if we lose, I wouldn't be laughing like you in reading. I'll be very pissed, because I don't understand.
Tomorrow, really, look what it's come to. I know it's a semi-final, and the occasion, sometimes they raise that, things can happen, magic of the FA Cup sort of thing. But I mean, a loss tomorrow would be garbage, really. I mean, where do you go after that if you do lose tomorrow? Where do you go? Like, what's left? What's the point? And this thing, I'm thinking about it earlier today. This Garnacho thing, he clicks a like on I don't know, something to do with the manager. These things don't happen at other clubs. It's weird. Only at Man United this shit's happening. There's something, why? You don't see it at City, you never hear about it. Liverpool, they got loads of young players as well. Don't hear about it at Arsenal. You don't hear about any of this stuff. We got Sancho, we got Rashford, we got Garnacho. Before that, historically, we've had loads of players with problems. We need to clean house here and really get this place on lockdown. It takes some. It says a lot. It's not a big thing, but it says a lot about where we are as a club, as a football sporting excellence. At the peak in playing in Premier League football, when people just do shit like that. This would never happen at Man City, man. Pep would just kill them. They would just end them. Arteta probably the same. Klopp the same. They don't even think about these things. But with us, historically, you can go back to a few managers where players were, doing nonsense. Now with Ten Hag, this isn't Man United, man. They have to clear this up. They have to clean this up. Ineos, the manager, whoever, it's brazen to do something like that. It's brazen. Where does that come from? That's my question. Where does that come from? Where do you get the balls to do something like that? It's not that you did a massive life-changing thing, but where do you get the balls to do that? Like, why do you do that? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it doesn't happen at other clubs. This is
because
we're
not a football club. Because we're a brand. We're not a football club. We're a brand.
Tomorrow,
we're a brand. Let me just get the super chat. Big up Lyall says, if we win the FA Cup, does Ten Hag get another season? Not from me, mate. No chance. No, he doesn't. Actually, I'll go around with that question quickly. Go ahead, Jarvis, and then Sean and Bumbai.
Yeah, it's a difficult question in a way, because when you think of it, we are in a rebuild. We are always in a rebuild in a way. And our old house is rotten. It has a leaky roof. It's mold everywhere. And we have brought in Ineos, the new contractor, to fix the job. They have hired now a well-recommended plumber and a good electrician. We need some carpenters and some more people to come in and do the job.
Subcontractors.
Yeah, and subcontractors. So in a way, sacking Ten Hag at the current moment and expecting something else, something different from next season, I don't know if that's possible, And would we do ourselves a favor of keeping Ten Hag? Because if you bring in someone new and you don't have the new house ready, I don't think it will end well. So we will just prolong the rebuild for another year or 2 or 3. I think maybe we are at the stage where the most sensible thing is just to keep Ten Hag, let him run down his contract. We don't spend any extra money on the manager. The new structure will be in place. They will have time to assess the situation, understand what is really going on and how to fix it, and then hire the perfect manager with the right structure and the money saved up after next season. Because now I'm starting to realize this is not a 1 to 2 year project. It's more like a 4 to 5 year project. And another season with Ten Hag, would it matter or not? I think maybe the most sensible thing is to keep him.
Go ahead, Sean.
Damn, Jarvis. Yeah, I wanted Ten Hag sacked last week Monday. And my whole thing was that, if we're not sacking him now, I don't really see the point in sacking him at the end of the season or during the summer. And I think my thing, what I said before, was that if Ten Hag finishes the season at United, he's probably going to be the manager next season. So, but I also think that the FA Cup, winning it has to count for something. I think at the time, many United fans and many observers did say that United were kind of shady for sacking Van Gaal after he won the FA Cup. at the time. Now, if it's a situation like what you had with like Di Matteo at Chelsea, where you might have won a trophy, but your league position was horrible, like is the case now, maybe he does get the sack. It wouldn't be on the strength of the FA Cup alone that I would keep Ten Hag. It would be if I was Ineos and I decided to keep him. It would be similar to what I think James was saying, that maybe you still need more time to build the house. And if Ten Hag isn't there yet, 6 months or a year into the actual start of the Ineos regime, then sure, sack him. But yeah, if he's not sacked already now, honestly, like I don't see the point in basing your decision on whether or not he wins the FA Cup, because the season has already been shit. Like the football itself has been shit. And I think if Ten Hag finishes the season, we'll see him again next year.
I think.
Oh, you're so fine. You're so fine. Mickey. Oh, Mickey. Oh, Mickey.
Hey. Sorry, I just
Big
finished
up,
the
mate.
stream that
Big
went
up,
over there.
mate.
Yeah. Big up. How are you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
Wow.
How you doing? Mickey Blue is in the house.
I'm hungry. I've been
Oh,
out and
hungry.
about.
Well,
Camera, but
I'm bloody starving, Nora. Like I lost 6 kilos. I'm on this intermediate fasting diet, mate.
Pass him
Wow.
some food, you snide.
There you go.
No,
There you go,
I don't
Mickey.
need carbs. Like I just refeed carbs once a week, and that's a giant pizza.
You're not
That's it.
protein flex. How are things in Thailand? Look at you, eh?
Mate,
And for life.
Bro, today it's bloody thunderstorms, raining. Not like Dubai the other day when you had this natural cloud seeding disaster, if you saw it. But it was, now it's a little bit of rainy thunders. It's 4 a.m. in the morning, a little bit more. Then looking forward just to come in and have a chat, man. That's it.
The question was, if Eric Ten Hag wins the FA Cup, should he stay at Manchester United?
Well, we had a show just now, Mental United, and I said, like, you know what? There's no excuse. You're putting up a squad that's worth about 900 million quid tomorrow versus Coventry that is worth about maximum 150,000, right? So there's no excuse. That would be a sheer embarrassment if it doesn't pull through, right? Injuries might not. You need to finesse it, right? Use your academy players. What do you have to lose, right? Of course, making finals, City, they say, like, lightning never strikes twice, but yeah, in this case, it did. It will potentially. Man, if it loses tomorrow, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow, to be honest. It's going to be a tough pill to swallow. It's going to be embarrassment, right? But we should be able to get over the line. What do you reckon?
Let's say it gets over the line, Mick. What's your long-term take in terms of Eric Ten Hag? Let's assume tomorrow goes how it 95% should. We're saying, what do you think if he wins the FA Cup? What are your feelings on him? You want to hang on? What do you reckon?
Well, it's not what I want. It's more what they want, and which we don't really know. It's media's been second guessing, throwing a lot of hats, name into the hat and stuff like that. What I've been hearing is 100% is that he's got 1 year left on his contract. Doesn't really make sense from a financial perspective. They look more of, you're going to sort of bet in the youth from the academy. Under 18s is sick at this moment. So it's all about, like, if you get the right structure in place, back him. If it goes tits up, like, you just fizz them out. Like, there's 1 year left on his contract and there's better managers available in 2025. That's, that's the most sensible thing. Because if you look around, what is there for a better manager out there at the moment? Nobody that is better than Ten Hag.
Apparently Zidane wants to come. What do you guys make of that news?
Well,
Zidane go on, Mick.
Well, he's a good mate with Jean-Claude Blanc, so they're always in conversation. And if he wants to come to United, fine. But Zidane doesn't play youth. That's a problem. Zidane comes in when he's ready-made teams, like, he played the Galacticos and Real Madrid and stuff like that. Would he make a difference? Will he then start playing our academy we've been developing for 4 or 5 years? Like, we spend a lot of money, in developing and time, and now we're seeing bearing the fruits. It's a tough one. you know, but on a pedigree on the CV, yeah, 100%, he's the best in class, right? Together with, you know, who else would be available, right?
I think to answer, if I'm
Double
gonna be
eyebrows from Real Madrid.
Uncle Carlo, Don Carlo.
Don Carlo.
If I'm answering that question, I look at Louis van Gaal, for example. Sean alluded to that, was the first thought in my mind. What's the difference? Well, Louis van Gaal got you playing in a possession-based game where you were very press-resistant. You know, you went and got some serious results. The only difference with with Louis van Gaal, and Bastian Schweinsteiger, if you watched that interview, spoke about this. He said Louis van Gaal didn't actually spend that much money like people think he did. And Louis van Gaal, man, before there was Pep Guardiola dominating possession and stuff, every game, go back and look at your stats, even against the big boys. 50, 60% possession, press resistant.
Van Gaal walked around with a clipboard, like with a literal clipboard that he held, like the literal definition of a technical guy.
He's one of the greatest managers, man, that's done this, and I thought we should have kept him, and that we did him dirty, but people didn't like the football. Now I look at Eric Ten Hag as well. When you think about a cup competition, you know, Liverpool won the Champions League. They came 5th that year. These things happen. Is that enough? It'd be nice for him, but I just feel that Eric Ten Hag has lost the reins of, and he's kind of forgotten who he is, and he's not sure what the hell to go left, right, up or down. He's not given us what Louis van Gaal had given us. He has spent a lot of money. He has a team there that has got some good players in it. And we're not seeing anything in terms of football, no progression. So for me, there's a question earlier in the chat, would you take non-European football? Yeah, of course I would. I just want us to progress, to move forward. And I just feel he hasn't moved us forward at all. We've stagnated very quickly in 2 years.
I think he's been, you know, hit in the face, Mumbai. I think he's been flat. You know, he's, I mean, you got to take it from a human perspective. If you're a manager of a fucking Manchester United club, right? You know, you got hit by everything. Like, you know, of course, you're going to be deflated at the end of the day. Like, you know, I acknowledge that. But the question is, what we've been questioning for quite a while is your in-game management and your setup, right? And we talked so many times about the stretch in the midfield and between the defense and the attack, and it's not really non-existent. And that is the thing that I can criticize him. But then, of course, you have the injuries and 65 types of injuries, man. Come on, that's unprecedented this
what
season.
I'd say, Mick, is Eric has, you know, to give that third year, I've always said that you have to earn a third year, with me at least. I can't just give Eric another year because he hasn't hit the milestones that I expected him to hit in the first 2 years. Now, those milestones are very realistic. They weren't to win a Premier League, nor to win a Champions League. They were to hit a trophy, and that first season would be nice. We got that. And then the mandate was, you need to get us playing better football. We've had managers that are far superior to you in terms of experience, winning, all that stuff. They did better as well on the board, points on the board, goals on the board. You have not given us the only thing that we brought you in for above. We can have any manager we want, but we went with you because you play and you coach, you develop, and you play a brand of football that we have been desperate for. We finished second with 82 points. We've won the Europa League. We've won the FA Cup. We've won the League Cup. We've came second again, and we've came third before. You have not hit those milestones. We're seventh. We're on 48 points with a -1 goal difference. We've spent £400 million. And forget City and Arsenal and Liverpool. I'm not going near them. If we get beat by them 12-0 a game, no worries, I'll accept it. The problem with you, Eric, is that you have persisted to do the same thing for the entirety of the season which is why Man United have conceded the most shots on goal, 60 more than Luton, in second place throughout the duration of the season, and which is why are you persisting with this and not altering it or changing it or hiding your deficiencies? You're just putting us out there to do the same thing every week, and we're here. If you look at the last 15, 20 chats we've had on here, it's the same thing. We were open, we're conceding, it's not sustainable. Man, I'm not a manager, bro. I'm not a footballing genius. I see what everyone sees. Change it. Do something different. If this is your something different, is it working? No, it's not working.
I just jump back in my.
We are, as Meow Zinho said, we are a disgrace to the earth. I mean, it's awful.
Would you allow for? Would anyone allow for Ten Hag getting rid of some players in the summer? So if we have a really good summer, like a really good transfer window, both outgoings and incomings, would feelings be different?
Do you know, Sean, what I said when he came in? I said that I hope, boys, we don't get a yes man. He can sell Bruno, he can sell Rashford, he can sell the whole team if you want, yeah. Just get us playing good football, entertain me, and get some points on the board. I'm not one of these. I'm not asked. I said that before he came. Sell whoever you want. I don't care. I said Mourinho, go and sell Pogba. Sell anyone you want. Get him what he wants. I back the managers, but this manager's lost me, bro. And I think he himself has lost the reins. When I say lost the reins, it's like a guy that slipped. He's trying to keep up, and he's on the way down. Now he's going to fall flat on his face on the concrete soon. This is what Erik Ten Hag's done.
Mumbai, can I ask you?
Do you know what I mean?
Can I be the devil's advocate here? Like, maybe he's kind of realized I reached the fucking limit here, right? Fuck this shit. Like, I didn't expect this, right? I got here first season. I overachieved, as what you said. Won a trophy, finished third, fell flat out of, flat-faced out of Champions League. And this is the shit that I'm getting. Fuck me. Like, I'm not going to stay here. Knowing that, I did an article about this as well, that, Ajax is looking for a new manager. He's the top candidate for them. Bayern Munich is also looking for a manager. If all of a sudden Bayern approached Ten Hag, Ten Hag to manage, what would you say?
What, right now?
Yeah.
So take care. I wish you the best of luck, man. Yeah. If he's reached his limit, like you say, Mick, he's saying fuck this shit. Why would you want to keep a manager or a player or an employee of a club that said fuck this shit? Forget it. Okay, fuck this shit.
Unless he's got some, unless he's got some reassurance because he's in dialogue with the with the new establishment to say we will back you. This is the plan. This is what you're going to do in the summer. We give you another year. You're going to give you some youth. We're going to recruit 5 new players and see how you go. Like, okay. Currently, we know that these players that are currently there, they need to go. And I'm consistent with this to say, like, players out before the manager, right? And we know who they are without even mentioning names, right? So I'd rather see that first and see what he can do another year, right? Because currently there is no other better manager out there, like, because
but Mick, there are other managers that are better, more qualified, better pedigree. What of course there are. There's content.
Of course, I will go for Unai Emery. I will go for Unai Emery personally. I don't know why, because I like the way he's set up Aston Villa, like the underrated.
Bro, Unai Emery, if you put him side to side by Erik Ten Hag now, there's no comparison. Erik Ten Hag has to find the corner and hide in it. Unai Emery
had his chance at a big club. He's
not elite, but he's a top manager. He's managed PSG. I think Arsenal mistreated him. That was a load of nonsense for me. He wanted things that they didn't give him. But look what he's done at Villa.
Look what he did. He's going to get nicer treatment at United.
Look what he did with the Spanish side. Look what he did with Villarreal, man.
Right.
Villarreal's a town of 50,000.
One more point, like, you can see.
Let me just come in 1 second. Let me come in 1 second. To me, the idea that United fans want this manager for another season is beyond me. Because January, we were calling it out on this channel and saying that he's burning players out. Yet again, the players are getting injured even in training. It's absolutely shocking. To me, there's no point sacking Erik Ten Hag. If you said to me, Mick, Jarvis, Sean, Mumbai, if you said to me, we're just going to sack Erik Ten Hag and that's it, then That's
What
no
do you mean?
use to
That's
me.
it. What does that
No,
mean?
no. Let me finish. Just hold your horses. If it's just Eric Ten Hag, the medical team need to go. The senior players need to go because I will spend half of the budget. Apparently, we've got 300 million with Jim's on the money. The Ineos PR is fucking out of control here. That's all they do, fucking talk. So apparently we've got 300 million. I will spend 100 million getting rid of players, buying players, contracts out. Everybody who's got a year left and we know is on that list, see you later. Get a new medical department in. Get new players in. And then to me, manager then has to go because I do not want the failure of what this has been and the people who are part of it. All of them need to go. Me personally, they need to go. Let me just get this big up Wasim Diaz says, that's the big difference. People will never understand that, Wasim. Van Gaal deserved time. Ten Hag did. Van Gaal didn't play cowards or have favourite players. He also coached. He had packs of play. There was nucleus and a style and idea. And he gave the young players chance. He played young players. Oh my God, say me, Assi.
Yeah, Zane.
Listen, when I'm in my flow, say me, Assi.
I'm happy.
Hold tight, say me, Assi. Top of the league. Are you top of the league?
Yeah. I mean, I have an open bet that Arsenal doesn't win anything this season.
What's the score tonight? What was the score?
2-0.
2-0. Yeah.
2-0. Okay.
How's your day been, Sean, man, with the family? You've been getting hit.
I have an open bet. I have an open bet that I placed at the beginning of the season that Arsenal were not going to win a trophy. That's how confident I am that Arsenal are going to bottle whatever they have going on when they go into this stuff.
Sean and everyone, I'm going to do a very good comparison because my best friend, my brother from another mother, is a diehard Gunnar fan, right? So, I'm United, he's Gunnar, but we best friends, right? The thing is, we were talking after the Champions League debacle when they fell out of Bayern, and he told me basically we acknowledge we were in the same situation like United, but we stuck with the manager, but perhaps he's reached his limit. He can only take a certain way, and we need that extra cherry on the top. It's like you're running 400-meter relays. You need somebody to take over that stick and run the extra 100 meters in to the finish line. So the proof will be in the putting. I mean, what I'm seeing here,
basically, Brendan Rodgers.
Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, so big up Arsenal. What we used to be the same situation, but at least they stuck to the manager and they got rid of the deadwood players and backed him. Right. What I'm saying here, 1 year, you can see clearly what they want. They want to, bring in the academy players. They want to sort of get rid of some deadwoods out there and just see how we go. So Ten Hag is very good on the youth side of it, right? Arguably, saying that we have a fantastic under-18s and academy that we've been investing for the football past 4 or 5 years, like with Nicky Cox and the guy that just left. We don't mention his name, but the proof will be in the pudding. At the end of the day, we can sit here because at the end of the day, we are not the P&L holders of the club. We are not the sporting directors. There's a lot of PR, but all I can say is trust is hard earned, right? Trust is hard earned. We've been mishandled for the past 18 years and still Glazes in the background. Trawlers Limited is coming in there with the PR. Big step direction. You pointed Omar Barada, Wilcox, Ashford is coming in, stuff like that. But it's going to take them 1 year to at least get established, the organizational development. So it doesn't really make sense for them to then rip up a manager to put in a temporary manager. So if that is the plan that they're going to go with the youth, then I think that Ten Hag is the man to take them for the final round and hand over the, what do you call it, the relay stick, right? Somebody better.
Yeah, the button. Yeah, but make it to still man their position, right? Isn't it possible that Ten Hag just doesn't know what he's doing? This is just
no, he doesn't. Exactly, he
devil's advocates.
Sean, he does not know what the fuck he's doing. He does not learn from mistakes. Clear, basic Sunday league tactics. We see it week in, week out. What more else do you have to fucking see, people? What more do you have to see? Players getting injured, overplaying. Me and Java sat here and predicted that Højlund was going to get injured. Why can me and Java sit here on this channel and predict that he's going to get injured? Why? And he's there. He's there. I mean, to talk about the Garnacho thing, he said, oh, Garnacho, he didn't even train. Why are you playing a kid who's not even trained all week? Listen, it's beyond me. It's beyond me.
It's beyond.
Rashid said, Mount, listen, it's been a waste of money, but to be fair to Mount, I think I might agree with Sean. This might be a first time ever I agree with Sean. Maybe the player, maybe saying to him, I'm not going to pick you. I'm picking Bruno Fernandes. And Mount was like, well, fuck you then. Why the fuck did you buy me then? Why did you bring me to this football club? Why did you say yes? Even if you didn't buy me, why did you say yes? So it's Man, the new the new Donny van der Beek. Is that what he is? Is he the new Donny van der Beek now?
I was just throwing out theories. One of those theories was that Pogba did some voodoo. He left some of his old voodoo at the club. So it could be one of many things.
I don't know about that. And by the way, not all voodoo is bad, people. Not all voodoo is bad.
Well, unintended consequences now, right? Well, one other thing I said was possibility was bad karma, still on the voodoo side, but bad karma from how we treated the hair.
You're not willing to admit it, but it's Glazer voodoo, mate. That's what it's been.
No, it's possible. It's all possible.
Mate. And without
it's
Fergie,
possible.
And without Fergie having the antidote, the good voodoo to go against the Glazer voodoo, then we are where we are. Soon
I didn't mean to open the kind of worms now that we're on now.
Take away a second, right? If we're talking about the manager.
Let me just get a couple of these chats. 1 second, Bombay. Let me just get a couple of these chats. Oh, I've got them already. Big up. I've got them already. Listen, I say this, Bombay. I want to change the subject to another because we haven't got that much time. So I just want to say quickly, Jarvis, you expect Manchester United to win tomorrow comfortably. Coventry, like I said, I repeat for the people who've just joined, they play a scintillating style of football. They play very aggressive kind of football. They're very good on the transition. They use the fullbacks. The striker that they've got, Amad Diallo, knows him well because they both were doing bits at Sunderland last season. He's a guy who's there. He's a key player for them. The fullbacks cross that ball to that. Manchester United can't deal with it. Tomorrow, for me, I will not play Casemiro as a centre-back. I would play Scott McTominay instead because I'm guessing they're going to try to whip the balls in the air. I would try Scott McTominay as a centre-half tomorrow. That's what I would do. I will not play Casemiro because Casemiro is English football, the way the championship is, the way they play, he's not used to that. We already saw him absolutely getting left behind in the Premier League. And the championship, it's a more intensity, more aggression. The passing is not as accurate, but it's more aggression. We watched games, Jarvis. Honestly, I sometimes watch championship games, and I think, wow, it's just a fight. It's a proper dog fight. In every game. That's why when you win 3 or 4 games in a row, you're near the challenging for the playoffs. You know what I mean? You lose 4 or 5, you're down in the bottom 5. So it's absolutely one of the most competitive leagues in European football. So I just want to go quickly to you, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Where do Manchester United win this game tomorrow? And either McTominay and Casemiro, who you playing centre half?
Yeah, I was hoping Amrabat was available, but he's apparently injured too. Because I would have started Dalot as centre back and Amrabat as right back because I think Amrabat can do a job on the right. But now we have Casemiro and Casemiro. It is. It could be good with a player like Casemiro because it's good on the ball. Because one of our biggest problems this season is the build-up. Because we build up in the 3-1, so we have three defenders and 1 midfielder dropping down, and we try to play short with short passes through. But the problem is we don't have the ball capability on the centre back now when Martinez is out. So we end up firing rockets towards Rashford, Højlund, and Garnacho, and we don't basically have no build-up, and it makes our system very unsustainable in a way because we don't control the games. And another thing is the 3-1-6. The 3-1-6 formation when we press, because the biggest problem is Ten Hag do this because there's 5 channels. We have the outer channel, inner channel, and the central, and there's five players one in each channel, and the one extra is the number 6, and he will fill in each channel when needed as the extra guy to to get overload. And this is what Ten Hag's principles. It's not that complex, but it's very difficult for the players to understand, because we play with the man marking defensively, but it's also a zonal marking, because you can't just move away from the zone you're in, but you need to press your man. But you need to communicate well. You need to say if Bruno goes wild and runs up to Rashford to help him press, and Mainu moves up in the number 8 to press their centre back. Suddenly Casemiro is there alone. So if one of the other midfielders of the opposite team drops, then Casemiro has to drop and follow that man. Suddenly it's a gap again. And this is one of the biggest problems, because the players don't understand the interchanging relationships, because it's very complex when you have to do man marking and zonal marking at the same time. You will put in a lot of dilemmas, and we don't have the personnel with the in-game IQ to understand this, because we always see the same. So maybe it's not Ten Hag who's the mad professor. It's something in between. Yes, he has some good things in its tactics, but I think the players don't fully understand, because we have people like, for example, Rashford, I will say Bruno in a way, McTominay. These 3 players especially don't know jack shit about football when it comes to footballing IQ. They don't understand. And when it's very complex thing about the dilemma with man marking, zonal marking, where to go, where to press, who to interchange with, suddenly everything falls apart. And this goes back again to Ten Hag. Why can't he instruct his players to make it happen? So it's
Jarvis,
a mess, you know.
Jarvis, I'm not going to lie to you. I understand, but I'm sorry. He plays Bruno and Rashford and Scott McTominay at times. He plays them. And here, big up Claire. So Eric Ten Hag been told that Rashford, Bruno, Scott are not for sale. This is fucking, this strap in, people. If this is true, strap in. But I'm sorry to say, he played mainly through Bruno and Rashford last season. Last season, what was last season? I'm sorry. Eric Ten Hag, as a manager and as a coach at Manchester United, does not even have the fucking kahunas to sub Bruno Fernandes when he's positionally indisciplined. I'm sorry, Jarvis. I'm sorry. What is he? What the fuck is Eric Ten Hag? What is he?
Maybe he's not. Maybe Bruno is not positionally indisciplined, because we play with the 6 and we have the 5 lanes, and Bruno is the one who will fill in the pockets to create overloads. This is the instructions from Ten Hag, if you understand.
Well, you know what? Well, he needs to sack. He should have been sacked last year then, if it's that's the truth. Because to me, you see, when we watch the game, let me finish. When we watch the game, his positional indiscipline cost us a lot. How many games does he jump out by himself? Nobody following him. No patterns of pressing. Just him, like a headless chicken. Then one minute he's down at right back.
I would argue that really Bruno's biggest problem is what he does with the ball sometimes, and how he can be irresponsible playing. I think his actual off the ball stuff is a large reason why he plays. Like the contributions that he makes to the team when he's not with the ball, like is a large reason why he plays. He's everywhere basically. United rely on him, or Ten Hag relies on him to fill in the gaps. He's available most of the time. He plays for 90 plus minutes. He's one of the most hardworking guys. And I hate to bring up the passion or physical aspect of the game, but what we need from Bruno is to be on the bench sometimes, because as a human being, if you play too much, you get rusty. What Ten Hag is supposed to do is use Mason Mounts to keep Bruno honest, so that Bruno doesn't have to be playing all the time. But like it's not his, I guess, like positional. I forget exactly what you said. It's Ten Hag that needs to manage the squad better in discipline, positional and discipline.
But Sean, when somebody shows you who they are, fucking believe them. Because of our way that we think we might have sacked some managers gone by, I'll come to you just 2 seconds. Because we maybe should not have got rid of Van Gaal. Maybe we should have not got rid of Jose. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. These managers were getting paid handsomely. I know we're run by fucking bankers, but that's what you expect. Let me just get this quickly, because this is an interesting quote. Big up Sheikh Arian Rashid. another editor of Manchester United Real Therapy. Big up. He says, I don't put energy into whether I'm judged fairly or not. I know what we are doing here. I know why I'm here, to bring trophies, to also to create economic value. What the fuck are you talking about, economic value? So then he goes, so we're working on that. I don't know what the fuck does that mean, economic value. Let me just carry on. I don't have concern. What concerns me is 18 months. I've never had my favorite team on the pitch. Oh, fuck off, Ten Hag. You fucking tell me what fucking managers had their favorite fucking 11 on the pitch every month.
Many managers knew.
We came from a World Cup.
Many managers have had.
I'm sorry, Sean.
We
came from a World Cup. We came from the most contested football season in the history of football. Every 3 days there was a game. And you used 14 players. I was at Old Trafford when we played Charlton, we played Reading, and you were picking your first team. When we played the Farmers from Moldova, Farmers from Cyprus, you were playing your best team. Shut your fucking gob, mate. You're getting paid a lot of money to do your fucking job. It's clear to everybody you can't do your fucking job. You cannot do your job because this is what I'm saying to you. I do not want a manager who can't manage a squad of 20 and just coach players. He wants, I need to have this player, that player. And you know what? It was even so weird. Was like some of these people who are like Ten Hag inners, they were like, oh yeah, when we get this player back, we get that player. And I was thinking, do you not think those players can get injured again? Do you not think some of the players in the team can get injured again? What do you think? Every team this season has been ravaged by injuries. Brighton, Brentford, Newcastle, Sheffield United, Burnley, Spurs,
Liverpool,
Chelsea, Liverpool. Come on, man. Arsenal.
All those teams aside from Liverpool were better than
Manchester City.
Arsenal and City have had some of their key players, fit for most of the season. I would say they've had most of their key players fit for most of the season. Unlike United, who had to go through long stretches with Martinez, Varane out. Højlund was injured for a good amount of time.
Sean, I don't buy it.
It's not all there is to the story, but you can't discount it.
Buy it. I do not buy it. The other night, I looked at Real Madrid playing with 4th choice centre half. Go ahead, Mick.
Just going back with Claire, there was a question from Claire that apparently, Scott McTominay is not for sale, Bruno is not for sale, and Rashford. And I just say, how is that possible? Because, currently Ten Hag is alone. You don't have John Murder is not there. He's out of the door. Wilcox is not a sporting director. He comes in to work as a technical director, meaning the bridge between the academy and the first team. And Omar Barada starts in June, July, and Ashford also in the summer as well. So basically, it's not for Ten Hag to say. At the end of the day, they're going to decide. And I think that things will be changed in the summer. They're going to sit down and say who's for sale. If you get money for Rashford, if you get 75 million quid, you will sell him because it's a pure FFP profit, right? Same with McTominay as well. Bruno, I don't think they will sell. Because you still need to have a captain and leader on the pitch. He's the captain. But to come out to say that, it's not for Ten Hag to decide, honest to God.
I don't think I'm not going to put too much stock in that with all due respect, because Scott was a whisker away from being out the door. And when he was interviewed, he was actually asked about, you were on the verge of heading out. How have you managed to reconcile? He was asked that question, so it was for real. So I don't know if I put a lot of stock in that, with all due respect. Do you guys? My observation is Erik Ten Hag deploying this group of players, and they can't execute what he's trying to do? I
think so. They're limited. They're not athletes. They're not athletes. If you look at how under 18s are playing, they're actually executing the plan.
Okay,
they're ballers, they're athleticism, they have technical abilities, and they just won a fucking league.
Same question to Jarvis. Is Erik Ten Hag deploying these players and trying to do something that they're not able to do?
Yeah, that's $1 million question, Boumbaye. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I was trying to explain 5 minutes ago. It's very complex. And it's not that straightforward, Erik Ten Hag or the players. For me, the responsibility lies with Erik Ten Hag, but it's also with the players. That's the thing, and we all know that the players aren't good enough. But we don't know with 100% certainty. Let me land. What we don't know with 100% certainty is if Ten Hag is not good enough or not. Because we haven't seen him with the full squad with his players. That's the only thing that gives him a little.
Let me nudge that on a little bit.
Yep.
What we are seeing from the team, is this team, whoever's playing, able to execute what he's trying to do? Generally speaking,
at the current state, no, not at all. No. Because we lack Martinez and a ball playing aggressive centre back because the counter pressing, very aggressive counter pressing is extremely demanding, especially on the four behind the ball, because they constantly have to mop up after we lose the ball, because there comes waves of fast counters against us every time, and we don't have the aggressive players with pace enough and the ability and understanding in football to go in the right areas and mop off after it, and then we see wave after wave.
So what I will do now, hang on, Nuruddin, hang on, bro. So what I'm going to do now, let me finish it off, man.
No, I need to answer that question. I need to answer the question. Erik Ten Hag is the only fucking manager who can only play with a specific set of players. That, to me, that means you're the fucking wrong guy. You are the wrong guy.
But that's not what they're saying. That's not what Jarvis is saying.
No, let me finish. If you're relying on one or two players to play the way you want to play, then you are not made for this level. You are not.
That's a fair observation.
Coach is the manager. Coach is the players. 18 to 20 players, and make use of them throughout the season.
It's a bit of a straw man now. That's not exactly what the argument is.
Let me finish it off. So therefore, on the basis of what you boys are saying, Eric said, I have to play to the strengths of what I have. I can't play what I want to. So you are giving us something still now with what you have that is not working, evidently, because it looks like shit. It offers us results that are shit, performances that are shit. So even considering what you've said, and for us to relinquish our desire for Ajax football, you are deploying this team apparently in a way that is in line with what they are supposed to be able to do, and you are persisting with it for the season. So you're not even staying true to that original statement you made that made us all sit up. Or if you are, then it's shit. I don't see, like, what's the third option either. Do you know what I mean? You've changed it. This is what you think are the strengths of the players. You deploy it and it's still dog shit. So what's your third plan? Do you know what I mean?
Hold it there 1 second. Big up Saeed.
Big up Saeed.
Make sure you check him out. It says, coincidence, the injuries mostly happened midweek and a while the games on. Listen, Sean's already put it out, Saeed. Big up to you and big up to all.
There are several conspiracies available.
Listen, we already think. I think some of these players are like giving him the fingers. I genuinely think, or we are feeding them a out of date chicken that's not been cooked properly. They've all got food poisoning. They've all got the shits. That's how it is, honestly. And you know that we got one, didn't we? We get one or something like that. We didn't even get a score because of the chefs in this. Listen, this club is fucked. I don't attribute everything.
It is
everything. I don't attribute every blame to Erik Ten Hag. I don't. But the idea Erik Ten Hag is telling me that he needs 1 or 2, 3 or 4 players specifically that can play the way he wants to play, and without them, then he can't play his way. I don't want you.
No, but why is that? Why is that so far-fetched?
So we're gonna go to Mick. We're gonna go to Mick because as managers, you coaches, you can't. You've got 20 players. 20.
It's not such a far-fetched idea to say that. It's not too far-fetched to say that Antonio Conte at Chelsea didn't work. Could not have worked without Conte.
Sean, I want to hear from Mick. I'll come back.
No worries. I love this discussion, man. Listen, me and Jarvis, we did a show earlier, like it was a call in, like, Mental United. And I posed the question. I want to do the same thing here. Like, I want to play the devil's advocate. Nuruddin, where did you go? Listen, if you got the keys to the kingdom, if you were Ten Hag for the foreseeable 24 hours to the FA Cup and manage, what would you do, Nuruddin? Where did you go? Or I will ask anyone here. Like, what would you do? Resign. Really?
No, I mean, I'll take up the question, Mickey.
I mean, at the end of the day,
we
we have to fucking win tomorrow. So yeah, Nuruddin, I will
we-
ask you the question. If you were Ten Hag, if you were given the keys to the fucking kingdom for 24 hours, right? What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
What would I
Full
do?
control for 24 hours.
Control. Eric Ten Hag, Tara, medical department, fuck off. Ineos Glazers, fuck off. The chef.
They said if you were Ten Hag, not if you were
fuck
God.
off. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Players, fuck off. And then I'll play the youth team. I played on the 18th team. That's what I'll play
100%.
against Coventry. That's who I'd play. Because I'm sure
100%.
win or lose or draw, they'll give it. They will give it. That's what I know. Listen, quickly the score, Jarvis. Quickly the score.
Yep.
What's the score tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be a tight game. 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1.
Coventry.
United.
Coventry United.
Come on, Coventry.
No,
Come on,
2-1,
Mark.
2-1.
Do the business.
Go ahead, Mick. What's the score tomorrow going to be?
Before I go to the score, I just want to answer the question that I answer you. What I would do differently tomorrow, just prove that you can do it. What do you have to lose? Ogoyene is in the team. I would line him up as a, maybe going a back three. I would, but I would play instead of Casemiro, I play Aaron Wan-Bissaka, right, in the next to Maguire, 100%, maybe a back three. But I would throw in Harry Amos, 100% as a left back and play Dalot on the right. What do you have to lose? And go for the kids. Go up 2-0 up, and then throw in the kids. Fuck it. What do you have to lose? Seriously. Me, I go with Jarvis. I went a little bit confident with a 3-0, but when I heard this just injury crisis, Ellis is playing danger man 100%. I know they're going to play 4 in the back. The wingers are going to bomb forward. Comfortably, we got to win this 2-1. I want us to win. I don't care how we play, just fucking win the game.
Sean?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be comfortable at all. I think it'll be a hard watch, a very hard watch for United fans.
I'm laughing. I've already said I've got the laughing gas ready. I've got a laughing gas next to me. I'll be taking a bit of that and laughing my head off.
I expect us to win, but I don't think it's going to be easy on the eye or easy in terms of like the game itself. So 2-1 as well, but the hard one.
2 goals for two rounds, man. They stretched them up.
Go ahead, Mumbai. What do you think the score's going to be tomorrow?
I think we might see some goals, tomorrow. I'm gonna go for a 4-2 for United. We'll go down a goal, and then we'll all start laughing shit in it, and then we'll get back in it. They'll get back in it, and then we'll do the business because Eric's the man. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's like the press conference he had. This journalist, he was inhaling helium balloons.
We're going in to play fucking Coventry, right? And I'm worried. This is what it's come to, bro. I'm worried about Coventry. I don't even know where Coventry is. Oh dear.
Listen, Coventry, a decent football team. Like I said, they play helter-skelter, intensive.
Everybody's decent against us, bro. Everton are meant against us. Burnley are good.
Listen, Newbury was our level.
Newport, man. Don't forget the
what
name.
What called? Newport. Was it Newbury or Newport? Whatever they were called.
Man, Newport.
Listen, big up to Augustino, man. I need to come on the podcast, King. Big up to you. He says half and half players awful. They can't do whatever, but he also not getting the message across clearly enough. He's not strong enough. He moves the goalposts all the time. 100%. 100% he does. Listen, we're going to come to this. To me, the Zidane things are a lie. Absolute lie. Yes, I big up Abba Hussein. Yeah, boycott the fucking political establishment and the media establishment.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Fuck them, man. Fuck the bastards, the genocide.
Free Julian Assange as well, by the way.
Yeah, free Julian Assange, man.
Free
Julian Assange, yeah. 100%
the hero,
free
man.
Julian, so exactly. Truth teller, one of the truth tellers that will go down. So I'll go to you quickly, Bumbaye. Zidane, it's not the dream, but why would Zidane want to fucking come, risk his reputation and come to this shit? He doesn't even speak fucking English. You know what I mean? He knows a couple of words, please and thank you. Why the hell would he do it?
For me, look, Zinedine Zidane is still an unknown quantity. It's not somebody I laugh at. It's not somebody I say he's the man. I don't know. So far, you know what? He did the job at Madrid when they needed somebody to come in and just steady the ship. And he knew what to do. You guys are good enough to go and do it. I'm one of you. Dressing room, everybody together. Let's go. And it worked, man. 3 Champions Leagues in a row. You know, 3 in a row is not a fluke. So Zidane is an unknown quantity. I still would like to see, I'm interested in Zidane to see him manage another club. What can you actually do? Because that Madrid team was a phenomenal team.
Yeah,
and
true.
he came in and did the right things to get what he got out of them. So far, I can't say he's a great manager or he's a bad manager. He's an unknown quantity. So he's not somebody I dismiss completely. Maybe Zidane has got something. Can we say no? Maybe Zidane, you know what? It's just a one-off Madrid, like a Di Matteo. Could be, but he's an unknown quantity. So I can't say yes or no.
But he's been out of football for 2 years, taking a sabbatical. So maybe he had time to think and develop a different plan. Because I agree. You know, he never played youth. He came in with a ready-made Galactica team. Easy. Like, you know, he had world beaters in there. Modric, Kroos, fucking you name it. Ronaldo. You can win fucking anything with that team. The question is, can he do it at United? That's the thing.
No.
I'd like to see him manage another club just so we can find out. You know what I mean? Because right now we don't really know. That's the honest truth for me, anyway.
It's always a curiosity.
We have to employ superb coaches under Zidane. Zidane can get the in terms of like
man management type of thing.
The man management kind of thing. We need to employ 2 incredible coaches underneath him, and a fitness coach guy, and a new medical department. All those different things. But I think genuinely he's not. He's waiting for the Shams to fuck up in the Euros this season, and then he's going to be international manager, I believe. I think he wanted the French job. He didn't take the Paris Saint-Germain job. He was waiting for the French job. And I think he'd be amazing at that. Because all those players, whether or not, they hero worship him, don't they? Everybody loves.
You know, I don't think do you know, he's from, isn't he from Marseille? Do you know Marseille, PSG? So I get why he didn't take the PSG job. Do you know what I mean? There is a politicized element of that given his background. Marseille, PSG is like the French capitals club, the antithesis to Marseille. He's Algerian, Muslim, that kind of. Do you know what I mean? It makes sense that he didn't jump at that. So I get that one. The French national team, yes, it could be. I think him as a national coach, I can see it. Zidane, who doesn't love Zidane? Everyone wants to play for Zidane, you know? So I get that one. But I'd like to see Zidane at a club, another club, wherever it is, just to gauge him. Look at Alonso, what he's gone on and done. We thought Stevie G had something. He did it at Rangers. Shit, useless. You know what I mean? He's not a manager.
What are you saying, Mumbai? You would like to see him taking another challenge where he's actually going to be challenged, right? When you have a simulate. I mean, it's always curiosity. I agree with what you're saying. And therefore, I come with the curiosity to say, like, wait, Ten Hag has got 1 year left on his contract. If he's get backed in the summer, they clear out the fucking deadwood. We know who we are. And if he does it, then what would you say then? Like, you know, if you finish second or fucking get us more trophies.
So are you talking about? Are you asking me if Erik Ten Hag does it in his 3rd year, does good?
Yeah. I mean, out of curiosity, because now I'm shifting it from Zidane to say, what if
you
Ten Hag
hired Stan Collymore and he did good, I'd be happy with that. Do you know what I mean? That's not the point, though. But that question, what you're asking me here is, how do you feel? Are we going somewhere with Erik Ten Hag? Now, if you say to me, yes, I feel we are, then okay, fine. That's fair. But I can only assess what we have is what's in front of us, what we're seeing. So what we're seeing.
But what I'm trying to say, Mumbai, it's equal quantity. Like, you know, we don't know. With Zidane, we don't know. If Ten Hag gets backed or, you know, get rid of the deadwood, we don't know what he's going to do with the right structure and with the right backing with his players. We don't know either. So it's equal. It's balanced, isn't it?
No, because we've seen what Ten Hag has done.
Okay.
We don't have a body of work for Zidane at Man United. We have one for Madrid, but we have a body of work here for Erik Ten Hag. This is why we're here on the basis of that body to say, listen, some of us are saying, listen, no, he's not what we think, what we signed up for, and the milestones that we expected him to hit and where we thought we'd be at this point, we're very, very short of that. Now, if it's because if there are a lot of mitigating factors, that are, the club, the board, and God knows
Glazers,
what
fuck it.
else, Glazers, injuries, whatever. Okay, fine. But ultimately, I can't sack 25, 30 players. That's not football. I can sack a manager if it's not going well under him. That's just, that part is the unfortunate reality.
Mumbai, I'll stay with you.
All right.
Listen, I'll stay with you. What's happening with these players? What do you think the theory is? Give me your conspiracy theory about players who are
I feel the medical department is one of the first things that when this Ineos thing started, they said, we want to sort this medical department out. We want to sack it off, start again, because the injuries are ridiculous. So happy days. The players, I just feel, you see, we can't know these things. Sometimes you go with your instincts. I'm looking at Erik Ten Hag. It's one of two things. Either Erik is doing some phenomenal work in this club and he's going to get his third year, and we're going to have to, the ones that think, no, we'll see it. You know what I mean? What can we do? You'll still tune in, you'll watch it, and you'll hope he gets everything right. Or when I'm watching Erik Ten Hag now, and sometimes I'm looking at the players and some of the behaviors, I think there's a disconnect. I think the players are not enjoying this anymore. I just don't think they're enjoying playing in this team anymore. They're not enjoying losing every week, getting battered every week, scraping over the line every week. And I feel that Erik, he's lost the reins a while ago. He lost who he is, I felt. It's like somebody who looks in the mirror and thinks, who are you? I need to find you again. I just feel this is what Erik is to me. So it doesn't bode well. Do you know what I mean?
Mumbai, fuck it. Listen, get Zuzu in. Let him headbutt that fucking Avram Glazer.
Yeah, I'm gonna
be
the
fucking bald fucking Mohican, and I'll take that. That might be just be it for him fucking headbutting the fucking.
Listen, you know me and Zidane, bro. Nothing but absolute love. And if he comes, I'll put the red carpet out.
Favorite player, by the way. Mumbai, for when we were kids, Mumbai used to emulate Zidane. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
To emulate, that was his
put
player.
The red carpet out. We'll fight, bro. Look what we've had. Look at the disasters we've had. If he comes in and slips another disaster in, yeah, we accept it. We're used to it now. But we find out. I'm not saying that's the guy I want, but if that's what they think is right, do you know what I mean? We
but on the other hand, like, if you play devil's advocate, like, we had pedigree CVs like Mourinho, we had Louis van Gaal and stuff, but we didn't have a fucking structure, right? We didn't have a proper, sporting director. We didn't have a technical director. We didn't have fuck all, right? We had fucking Glazers calling the shots, right?
Listen, get me De Zerbi right now. He'll coach the fuckers. He'll tell them how to play it from the back, and the rest of them will go. Big up to whoever asked the question. Let me just see who asked the question. Kind FC says, Deadwood, in my opinion, he realized is too much of them. But who he sees as a Deadwood may be very dependent who you talk to. No, listen, he's playing these guys, man. At the end of the day, to me, I don't give a fuck if you're captain. If I can't sub you a player that as a club, it's a disgrace. We let a player take the fucking piss so much that we can't even sub him. To me, on that alone, Erik Ten Hag should be sacked. On that alone.
What, for keep playing the same players?
On that alone, yes. On that alone. On that alone, you should be sacked.
Do you know what, man? I swear to God, if he comes tomorrow and does mixed plan, gives us 3-5-2, or I will be the happiest human being on earth. Do something different. Do something different.
That's what I want to say. You have an opportunity to show.
It's already shot to pieces. Let's go out. Let's change it. Let's try
we did against Liverpool 4-3 when we won. Like, he threw the fucking.
I'm gonna chicken sink. Yeah, kitchen sink. The chicken.
Chicken sink.
And the marinated chicken. That's the dyslexia speaking, mate. That's the dyslexia. Kitchen, chicken.
Me too.
There you go. Dyslexia speaking. That's what dyslexia is if you don't know what it is, Jarvis. But Jarvis, I'll say to you, Mason Mount, quickly, because a lot of people wanted us to speak about it. All the comments are saying Mason Mount. For me, it's just been the worst signing in Manchester United history in terms of we've not seen him.
Yeah.
We've not seen him.
first season.
I just want to say one quick thing about Zidane. I think he could do well. What you need as a big club manager, as Man United, and he has the experience with Real Madrid, some of the biggest clubs in the world. You know, the pressure, the aura you have to be a manager and to be the leader of a group of big name players, you know, and coming in, we saw Ole, he was a little bit too small, you know, the players didn't have the right respect for him, and when he demanded things of them, they fucked him off in a way. But when he just let loose the leashes and they could just play as they wanted, everything was fine. So it was like happy-go-lucky. But if you have a manager like Zidane, and as you mentioned, Nuruddin, having top coaches, that's the main thing. Key. Because tactically, Zidane is nothing special. He sets up in a 4-3-3 with creative fullbacks who likes to bomb on, and they are basically the core of the team, and very technical players who are good in possession, good holding on to the ball, and have sting in attack. And we saw it. And his in-game management is he has a good record, but you know, it's not that hard when you can sub in Bale and you know, big name players. So in a way, it's hard to say when it comes to Zidane, but I would give him a chance. Yeah, if he came in, I would support him as a manager and stand behind him. Going back to Mason Mount, that's a tough one. You know, he's been injured a lot, and it's very hard to say. But in a way, Ten Hag's plan was, he had Casemiro, he had Mainu, that was the 2 number 6. He needed one more number 8 who could fill the role, because when he came into this season, his plan was play with 2 number 8s. That he went from the 4-2-3-1 system to the 4-3-3 with 2 number 8s. This was Ten Hag's plan. So he needed Mason Mount. That was his plan. Now injuries and everything happened afterwards. You know, he couldn't know this in last summer. You know, but it's a tough one. I see in glimpses. I know there's a good player in Mason Mount. Will we see him in Man United? No one knows, but I'm willing to give him a chance.
He signed up a fucking 4-year contract. His first season. So yeah, bad luck, bad injuries, and I believe what I understand, it was a club signing. He happened to be available. They got mugged. You know what I mean? So he was a shirt seller. They gave him number 7. It's not his fault, right? I'm just wondering in certain ways that he just came back from fucking injury, right? He hasn't played many minutes and fucking injured again. So what the fuck is wrong there?
It's unbelievable.
So we can argue to the blue. There's so many components that's gone fucking wrong in this club, like from medical department, for fucking training, from fucking coaching, right? At the end of the day, if you're gonna fucking turn the page, you need a fucking fresh new coaches. You know, there's coaches there that even going back from fucking Mourinho, like Benny McCarthy's still there, packing up his back. So there's no proper coaching. And this team, by the way, I argue and stress.
Who's the manager though? Where's that accountability lie, Mick? It lies with the fucking.
Well, as a manager, you're
$5 million a year, by the way.
Yeah. But as a manager, your job is to managing the coaching staff and the fucking analytical. That's your responsibility. It falls under your tree. But at the end of the day, if you look at these fucking players, they're not used to playing this transitional high-intensity football, because the only thing they're being coached is doing fucking counter-attacking football, right? Pragmatic, hitting on the break. And that is why you see Rashford is not interested. He doesn't want to track back. Hey, fuck, you want me to do this? Nah, I'm just used to, pace, running up the wing, not crossing the ball, just, you know what I mean? That's Rashford for you, right? So... arguably to say, when Ten Hag came in the first season, he just had to sort of tweak it a little bit. You know, you got Eriksen for free, got Casemiro was on fire, the legs was there. Legs are gone now, right? So the plan A that he planned for was got out of the window. So one season don't make a swallow, what they say. One swallow don't make one season. So that's why I am curious to see, a proper clear out and to see, can you do this?
I agree fully when it comes to the coaches, and this is a thing that haven't been mentioned by anyone. Why we brought in Steve McLaren? the guy is 62 years old, and we know how football has evolved tactically and technically the last couple of seasons. Now it's all about high press transition, high defense, playing in with a compact 11. And you know, Steve McLaren, he came from Derby and QPR and something, and some clubs like that. And he doesn't have the credentials being a Man United coach in a way. So this is again Man United.
So he was allowed to bring in what, 4 people, right, Max?
Just 1 second. Can I just?
Ten Hag worked with him at 20. That's why he's brought him in.
Yeah, 100 years ago.
But do you know what? The thing is with Eric as well.
Big up Jarvis, 100 years ago.
Do you know the fact that he's brought in McLaren? It's a pertinent point because I think Eric is somebody that is bringing people around him that he is comfortable with, that he trusts and he knows.
Yeah,
he's perhaps not bringing the best people that he could attract to United. You know, Ferguson broke his comfort zone and brought guys in like Carlos Queiroz that were really good for us. Not just people that I trust. He changed it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. What I'm saying, Bomaye.
Eric's inexperience. That's part of his inexperience.
Yeah,
bro. Eric Ten Hag's career has been very short, boys. He's not done
what
a
nobody's
million things. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry. What nobody's really mentioning is that nobody's been ever allowed to bring in the whole coaching entourage. If you want Zidane's going to demand 30 of his staff to come in as well, right? We don't have that. Ten Hag was given maximum 3 or 4 to bring in. The rest is old fucking staff going all the way from fucking Mourinho. That's the thing. So that's why I want to say, if you want to fucking Zidane, you got to fucking clear out the whole coaching staff and bring the coaching stuff that he wants to bring in as well, because that's defining the way you're going to play at the end of the day. Coaching, right? Manager just sets up and manages the fucking coaching staff. And then you have your medical department and doctors to say, yeah, he's fit to play. Yeah, okay, cool. You sign off. So that needs to take place. But nobody's mentioning that. Yeah.
Listen, no, I actually talk about it. I talk about it that we got coaches from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jose Mourinho still there.
Big up.
Big up Irfan. Thanks for the super chat. Is there any relation between how Bayern Munich plays from the keeper? It looks like counter-attack football. Listen, Bayern Munich played many different variations. The thing about Tuchel is that he doesn't have just one way of playing. He has different. He kind of coaches to the opposition. That's what he does. But some of his teams do play a lot of counter-attack football. Yes, with Dortmund, he played counter-attack football. Paris Saint-Germain, they kept the ball a bit more. Chelsea, it was counter-attack against City in the thing. But I don't want him as a manager. But big up to you, though, bro.
Haram, he picks fucking Eric Dyer over fucking Kim Min-jae. Haram.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Listen, it's crazy. Big up to everybody. Listen, last thing topic is Wilcox in. Is he going to get his piece out? Should we have a party? What are we doing? We have a party. Are we partying? Wilcox here! Woo! Wilcox is here! Come on, Jarvis, talk to me. Are we having a party or what?
Well, it's a step in the right direction. He has good record. I think he could be well. You know, he's been working with Ashworth and.
In 20 years, when I'm old and grey and I've got a walking stick, yeah? Is that why I have to wait 20 years?
Well, we can't complain when they actually do good stuff, and I would say he's a good signing. I think he can do better because we know who we have had. We have had Arnold, Murtaugh, Fletcher, as we've spoken about, Steve McLaren, old ex-Man United players, people from within. Now it's time to recruit elsewhere people with at least some reputation and some results. So I think it's a step in the right direction. But I will hold my judgment. We will see.
All right, big up, Mick.
I'll go deeper than that because you got to look back what I said, back to tape what I said. It's like that 400-meter relay. We've been investing a lot in the academy and the youth to build that up. It's taken 5 years when you had Nicky Cox and fucking John Murtaugh starting it. So this is the final relay, the final cherry on the top to further develop that academy. And if you can see that the strategy is to sort of be that transition between the academy players under 18s into the first team. So he's the perfect guy because that's what he's doing. He done well at City, right? Then on the other hand, he only spent 1 year as a sporting director. So it's a step towards the right direction if we want to be a league club again, 100%, you know. Am I excited Omar Barada to come in? Yeah, 100%. I am fucking, yeah. Like, you know, get the sporting director in, head of recruitment. It's fucking better than we fucking have John Murta in there and fucking, you know what I mean? Technical director, cone layer, fucking Darren Fletcher, man.
Yeah, big up to you, Mick. Ubumbai, you got the last word of the show. Go ahead. Wilcox, are you happy? Are you getting your piece out? What you doing? You having it?
Yeah. Get the things. Look, you know, I'm in the bottom set, the dunce's hat when it comes to all of this stuff. You three are miles ahead of me. But all I'm gonna say is reiterate. I'm not saying Jim is great. I'm not saying anything like that. But I am saying that if Ineos don't take it, we know the Qataris, they didn't want to sell it all. If Jim don't come in, all I've got is what I've known for the last God knows how many years, and nothing is ever going to change. Now Jim's here. I said I'm going to give it. Let's see what this transfer summer looks like, what we look like as a club, a structure, a team. How are we going to operate in this transfer market coming up? Who we're going to employ? It's very interesting, and it's a change. And a lot of the noise, if it's just noise, we will see. But right now, medical department, sporting director, we're looking at people that we can't really take the piss out of, like we did when we got Murtaugh and Fletcher and, you know what I mean, the bankers and all that. These guys have got a CV. These guys have done big work from grassroots and built themselves up. They know what they're doing. And this team of 5, 6, this crew that he's trying to put together, I think it is a conduit that has been missing from the pitch 100%. All the way up to the dotted line. So 100%. Wilcox, obviously, it's a name that I've heard. Apparently, he's done some very good work. Great, get him in.
Do you remember him as a player, Bumbai?
Yeah, Blackburn, man, Blackburn. Him and Stuart Ripley and Gallagher and Hendry and Sutton. They gave us.
He had a very unusual way of running, very much hunched over. You know, like
yeah. He wasn't bad actually, man. In the 1990s,
he could swing a ball in. Yeah, he could swing a ball in.
Yeah. The point is, I agree what you're saying. The trust is hard earned, so the proof will be in the pudding until it's eaten, right?
I don't give a damn what you've done at the football clubs, Mick. It's simple to me. What can you do for me at this?
Exactly. What can you do?
What can you do for me here?
But it's far more better.
Any coach or anybody, any medical person. What can you do?
I know all this PR stuff, Dino, but at the end of the day, it's far more fucking better than we used to have. That's the thing. And that's why I understand what Bumbai is saying. So I'm curious to see what this will lead to.
We've got nothing but Glazers if this doesn't happen, right? This is only happening with Ineos.
Still got Glazers, Bumbai. Breaking news.
I know, bro. I know.
Why is nobody still?
Do you know, as long as you're signing them checks for them, if things are working, then they'll let him crack on if he's doing good, and I'll be happy with it. You know what I mean? Give us something. If we can't change the ownership, let's get structure in. Gary Neville said a couple of weeks ago, he goes, it is beyond me how we are the only team out of 20 that don't have a football structure. We're the only club, according to Gary Neville.
Well, that's because on purpose. And Gary sat there and took it.
So now, hopefully, we're going to remedy that. And hopefully, if it's Ten Hag, he will benefit, and whoever comes in will benefit. And finally, we can actually look at a manager and say, you know what? Nah, there's a structure. It's your shit, or it's these players are shit. Right now, we always can head back to the structure.
But bros, we've been Glazers up for quite a fucking while and protesting, and you know what I mean. So you notice that everything's just gone dead quiet, right? Everything is on trawlers limited at the moment, so that's what I'm saying. Don't forget the eyes on the prize is still the Glazers, man. Seriously, we still need to fucking voice our opinions. And fucking hell, like, you know, nobody's talking about they want to fucking scrap the season ticket holders for tourists.
Yeah, 100%. But listen, the moving people out of where they've sat for years and years and years. They're moving them so that they can they can market those seats better, and that's what they're doing. So what Jim's doing is coming in and he's wrecking ball and he's thinking like we can make more money out of this. Ineos, mate, greenwashing, absolute nothing but PR, absolute Judas. He can fuck himself as well, the prick. But anyway, it's love and light, people. We can be here talking all night. Nick Ruby at Nick Ruby.
Yeah, man.
BOLE77 at BOLE77.
Yes.
Make sure you can check out Man UFC Realist TV. They'll be live tomorrow, and they'll be doing a match reaction straight after, all the way from Thailand. The connection from Thailand to Norway is there. That connect is always there. So big up.
I just happen to be here.
Yeah.
Temporary.
Big up. Big up, love and light, people. And
guys, smash the like, please. Smash the fucking like for this shadow ban channel, the best channel fucking on YouTube planet. Tell it like it is, Nerdin. Fucking hell, I love to be here.
I say this all the time, mate. Fuck
See us out, bro. See us out.
Win, lose or draw. Fuck the Glazers. Fuck Jim the Rat. Fuck all of the people who are keeping the Glazers in there. And more importantly, globally, fuck all the people that are behind the slaughter in Congo. Fuck all the people behind the slaughter in Sudan. Fuck all the people behind helping the Zionist fucking entity and what they're doing to the Palestinian genociding them. Or if you support them, well, fuck you too then, right? Viva resistance. All of the resistance in the region. Big up to all the resistance in the region. Fighting for the humanity of people. Fighting against racist apartheid state that believes in supremacy over other human beings. We're not here to have that. We're not having it. And if you have any conscience in your world, you should stand with the people who are oppressed against the oppressors. And while we're there, free fucking Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free one of the greatest truth tellers in the history of this world.
Yeah.
Free that guy.
Wallahi.
Because you're not allowed to tell truth about war. You're not allowed to tell the truth about war.
If you're on the truth, what are you afraid of?
You know what they're doing, Nura? You know this Tim podcast. What is his name? Tim Pool podcast. One of the biggest YouTube. He's been banned all of a sudden. He's moving all his platform. I was watching him yesterday. So basically, the mainstream media is coming in. They hate the fucking alternative voices on YouTube. Even one of the fucking guys, he had like 30,000 million views 3 years ago, a video. They took it down without any explanation. Freedom of speech doesn't exist anymore. They want to hijack everything, man. Seriously. They want you to own nothing and be happy. Fuck that shit. Seriously. So big up to you, man, for telling the truth.
Yeah, big up to this community, man. All of you.
Man, seriously.
Listen, big up. Honestly, they're doing it. They're fucking doing it. They're doing it. But big up to everybody. Love and light. And and sack fucking Riley as well. That fucking racist prick. She can fuck off. Big up to everybody. Love and light. And please, just be aware, the industrial military complex is gonna destroy this planet. These people are psychopaths, true psychopaths, and they happen to be called themselves so-called leaders. We stand with the freedom of everybody around the world who are just want freedom and want to have their voice. I don't give a damn. To me, I'm a freedom of speech absolutist. Majority of countries, if you're inciting violence, there are laws on the book. But do I believe in silencing people? No, I do not believe. I will fight for your right for you to say what you want to say. Because at the end of the day, people, when we think, oh, these extreme people, oh, they're silencing them. No, they're coming for you next. You'll not be able to speak. Don't fall into the trap. They always come for the people who are marginalized most in societies and throughout the world. Big up, love and light. Win, lose or draw tomorrow, we'll be here. If United get beat, I'll come here laughing. If United win, I'll come here laughing. Because I'm just so disconnected right now from this. I'm just like the laughing gas. If anybody's not feeling great, send them. I'll give you my address. They can come around here. I'll be the laughing gas. That's what I am. I'm telling you. Big up to you. Love and light. I've got to laugh, but love and light. And we'll see you tomorrow for the match reaction. Make sure you check out and subscribe. There's also Shadow Band as well. Man UFC Realist TV. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you interact with that channel. I'm Jarvis and Mick and Jarvis Corner on the Monday night. Well, hopefully one of these days I'll jump on, even though I do 2 podcasts, but I'll jump on a Jarvis.
You're
Corner.
always welcome, Nuruddin.
Yeah. Love, light,
Always.
always. Take care, people. Peace. And look after each other.
Guys.
Free
Love you
Assange.
all.
Fuck the Zionist state. Fuck all of these people, the weapon manufacturers. Fuck these fake leaders in the world. Peace and liberation for all. Good night.
Good night.
Night.